Nerdcast assemble!
Stay dandy, baby.
Kashin Koji prepares to kill Jigen, and Amato makes his way to Konoha Village for a mysterious declaration. And another exciting chapter of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Guys, this is a chapter that is really starting to shake things up, as we get to see that the Kara organization is not as united as we originally thought. It's been very apparent for the last couple of months and the last couple of chapters that Kashin Koji is going off and doing his very own mission, whether he's trying to usurp the power of the Kara organization or he's trying to destroy them from the inside remains to be seen. It looks like his plan is finally about to come to fruition, as both he and Amato are preparing to do their big things. So we have Amato, who is making his way to Konoha Village to speak with the leaders and make a bold declaration that he is indeed going to try and defect to Konoha Village. It looks like he's done with Kara. He's not going to work with them anymore. He's going to give up all of their information about the members, about Jigen, the Otsutsuki, and even the mysterious 10-tailed creature that they have all chained up. Why he's doing this, however, is still a complete and utter mystery, but the way that he goes about doing it has got to be one of the coolest things that I have seen from the series, especially considering that so far in the Naruto universe, the end-all be-all when it comes to power seems to come from chakra. But right now, chakra, ninjutsu, all those special abilities are actually being trumped by the power of technology. This is all actually shown in an early scene in the chapter when Kashin Koji and Amado are about to leave the Kara hideout, and Kashin Koji summons one of his massive steam toads, and he allows Amato to get inside of its mouth so that he can use a reverse summoning to bring him to Konoha Village. But right before this happens, Delta decides that she's going to try and stop them, when suddenly Amato reveals that he can basically just turn the members of Kara off. Since all of their bodies are sort of imbued with technology, he has the ability to sort of control all of them, which is to say that he's probably the head scientist who sort of like created all of the unique technology which is utilized by that organization. But it was a really cool moment. It is worth mentioning that Kashin Koji was a little freaked out by this, knowing that he probably has a lot of those things inside of his body as well. So really, there's like this sort of like power struggle between these two characters. They seem to be working together, but at the same time, they don't seem to fully trust one another. At least Kashin Koji does not trust Amato. Kashin Koji just disappears for the rest of the chapter. I guess we're just gonna have to wait to see what's gonna happen between him and the battle with Jigen, which in my eyes is probably the most hyped thing that I've seen from the series in quite some time. But most of this chapter is actually dedicated to all of the characters recovering from the battle with Boro, with Naruto finally waking up and realizing that he's safe, surprised by the fact that Boruto and all of his friends were able to take down Boro, and he's very surprised by this. Shikamaru, of course, is not too thrilled because, of course, they went against the law, they went against him, but that's just the way that the kids in Konoha Village do these things. Naruto himself knows this best. It's the stuff that they always did when they were kids, and of course, he looks at it in a more light-hearted fashion. Shikamaru, of course, is super pissed off as always. Loosen the pants, big man. I especially love that we got to see the return of the character Sumire Kake in this chapter, as she's one of those characters who was first formally introduced in the anime version of Boruto, but they're bringing her back in the manga version and making her more relevant, and she's even there taking care of Kawaki, who is slowly recovering as well, along with all of the other people who were involved in this battle. But things really escalate when we go to this one random scene where the Ino Shikacho team, the Next Generation, are actually training, and suddenly they're met by Amato, who's just sort of casually walking by, asking for a light to light a cigarette. Interestingly enough, Amato being a scientist, he has a lot of information, and he actually knows exactly who Ino Shikacho is. He's very aware of the combination that they use. He's aware of all the information in the village that they come from, and he decides that he wants to speak to Shikadai's father, Shikamaru. Knowing that Naruto's probably out of commission, he needs to speak to the next person who is in charge, and then this is when this little scuffle actually happens between them, and again, he manages to trump all of their abilities. He actually has this like weird thing on his hand. These two little spikes come out, and he just sort of bops Shikadai like right on the side of the neck, which immediately knocks him out, and then he suddenly puts this collar on him, which apparently is a fucking bomb. I'm sure Deidara would approve. But essentially, Amato is using Shikadai as a hostage to speak to Shikamaru. This doesn't last too long when Mogi decides to show up and finally does something interesting. That's not to say that we haven't seen her do cool things before, but I'm glad to see that she actually does have some unique abilities using sort of like Earth-style ninjutsu to try and capture Amato, which does jack and shit because he doesn't even need to move to detonate one of these bombs. He demonstrates this by putting one on the branch of a tree and basically just says the word boom and the thing just explodes out of nowhere. You can capture him, you can subjugate him. If he puts a bomb on you, you're gonna die. Not only that, but it's got a 48-hour time limit, so if he doesn't get what he wants within that time, Shikadai's pretty much screwed. Amato is eventually able to talk to Shikamaru and Naruto himself, where he makes the declaration that he wants to defect to Konoha Village, promising them a lot of really juicy intel, which is going to help them take down the Kara organization. Now, why he's doing this is still a complete and utter mystery, and it makes me more interested in this character, who's always been kind of interesting since he was introduced, as he never really seemed like he wanted to be a part of Kara in the first place. In fact, it almost seems as if he was sort of forced into the organization due to his scientific knowledge and skill, and it makes me want to learn more about Amato in the first place. I mean, he's one of the smartest characters that we've ever seen in the series, and when it comes to the realm of science, we've seen a lot of characters like that in the Naruto universe. The one that comes instantly to mind is Orochimaru himself. I wonder if he's had some sort of connection with Amato in the past, if they've worked together, if they've crossed paths. If there's anyone that they need to start talking to, it's Orochimaru, so they can learn a little bit more about who Amato is, or maybe he is just some sort of mysterious being who's been in the shadows this entire time. I find that a little hard to believe, but still, I'm interested to learn what the deal is with this dude and why he would want to leave Kara in the first place, despite the fact that he seems to have some sort of pull or power within the organization of being able to just shut the members off whenever he wants. Can he do that to everyone? Can he do that to Jigen? Why does he need Kashin Koji's help in the first place? What is their ultimate goal? To stop them? Were they wronged by them? Or are they simply just trying to save the world? I don't think they have the greatest of intentions quite yet, and who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, for all we know, Kashin Koji himself is a mysterious hero who's working in the shadows, who probably has some sort of relationship to Jiraiya at this point. I mean, it's kind of hard to deny with everything they keep throwing at us, but what that is still up in the air. So what's the rundown on this chapter of Boruto Naruto Next Generations? I really liked this chapter a lot. You know me as an action junkie, but every once in a while we get these information dump kind of chapters that come with some really interesting surprises, and this one is doing it with two really great characters of Kashin Koji and Amato. It's not too often that you get two characters like this in these type of series where they defect from the villainous group to work with the actual heroes, and that immediately makes them interesting. And the way that they're keeping it so mysterious too is definitely one of the best hooks of this manga thus far, and making this arguably one of the more interesting arcs of the entire Naruto series, period. I'm really liking it. They also managed to clear up a few things, definitely, reminding us that indeed Boruto is sort of the vessel of Momoshiki, Kawaki is the vessel of something else, and Jigen is the current vessel of that Otsutsuki member that Sasuke was able to see in that sort of weird holographic chakra reflection. So all of that stuff is sort of cleared up, and they definitely have a lot of time for the characters to sort of take a breath, relax before things get crazy again. Like I said, little things. I liked seeing the return of Sumire. I think she was a fantastic character who's handled perfectly in the anime version, and one of the better new characters that they actually introduced to the mythos of the Naruto series, and I'm glad that they're still managing to utilize her in a pretty interesting fashion. But really, it's Amato who kind of steals this chapter. It's not too often that you see these characters that utilize this type of stuff in the Naruto series. We've seen technology pop up a couple of times here, but Kara has definitely made it one of the most interesting aspects of this entire arc, especially because it can go toe-to-toe with ninja and chakra and all that other stuff, and in some ways can even surpass it and do things a lot better. And, it also proves yet again that power is not necessarily the thing that makes you the strongest. A lot of the times, it's knowledge, and Amato is able to use that in his sort of invasion of Konoha Village, of being able to single-handedly take out the Inoshika-Cho team to stop Mogi from doing her attack, and of course being able to make things explode with giant bomb collars. Amato is proof that sometimes the brain can indeed beat the brawn. And I can't talk about it enough, but damn it, I'm just so excited to see what's going on with Kashin Koji. I just want to know what he's going to do, what his true motive is going to be. Is his battle with Jigen going to be amazing? Is Jigen even going to be powerful enough at this point to even go up against this guy? The way that they've been building up Kashin Koji, they make him seem like he is one of the most important characters of the entire series, and I just cannot wait to see what he's going to be fully capable of. The fact that he very well might be a creation of Amato also brings up so many questions and interesting things about this character. The fact that he very well might not be related to Jiraiya, but might be related to him in some other sense, in a way that maybe he was a clone of Jiraiya who was created and modified by Amato. Maybe he's some sort of weird robot. Maybe he's just Jiraiya's cousin that he never decided to bring up and the author didn't know what to do with it and they decided to bring it up in this current story. I don't know. All I know is they're doing a great job of getting viewers to continuously talk about that character and more about what their true motivations are going to be. What is clear, however, is now we have 2 members of Kara who are no longer apparently going to be a part of that organization, and now we're getting right down to the bare bones of it. So I can't wait to see what this all ultimately going to turn into, but so far the intrigue is very high and everything is just really damned exciting. I especially can't wait to see what Amato is actually going to reveal to Naruto and all of them, and hopefully he's going to be instrumental in helping them as they battle against Kara as this arc intensifies, and maybe even Amato can supply the Konoha village with some amazing technology to combat all of the ones that are being utilized by Kara as well. It's a mixture of mysticism and science, and all of it is going to explode soon in another exciting chapter of Boruto. And this chapter right here was pretty damn good. Like I said, I'm more of an action kind of guy, but honestly, this chapter just got me really excited for the things that are getting ready to come. Amato is a character who before was just a blip on my radar. Now, my eyes are all on this guy. I cannot wait to see more about him, learning about his true motives and Kashin Koji. I loved this chapter is basically what I'm saying, which is why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5, and you guys should definitely check it out. You got my thoughts about it. I want to hear yours. Please tell me what you thought about this chapter in the comments section below, about the big revelation that apparently Amato is going to defect to Konoha Village. What do you hope to see in the battle between Kashin Koji and Jigen? You have any more theories about Kashin Koji himself? And what do you hope to see from the future of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations? Let's discuss all that and more in the comments section. Thank you all for watching this review. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. Make sure to check out our weekly podcast show, The Powerful Nerdcast. Some of those segments will be cut into separate videos, so make sure to check those out as well. And if you guys would like to help support this channel, the best way is to continue to watch these videos and share them with your friends. But if you feel like going the extra mile, please check out my PayPal and Patreon account in the description box below. A little bit goes a very long way, so I would appreciate any and all donations. So thank you guys again. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay dandy, baby.